5 years ago, the director of civil aviation, Sir Branker, consulted an astrologer and was told he had no future after 6 years. The airship R101 at the Cardington hangar is almost ready to fly, and Lord Thompson, the Secretary of State for Air, booked for the flight, looks into the mirror with an uneasy feeling. An engineer who is supposed to be on the airship looks into the sky with an unsettling feeling and abandons the flight at the last minute, only to die in a tragic road accident on his way home. On October 4th, 1930, the airship R101, the pride of British aeronautical engineering, took to the skies from England on its maiden non-stop voyage to India. The weather wasn't good, and several officers at a meteorological station gaze at the weather forecasts with worry. A repair aircrew man on the R101 airship feels an uneasy feeling of dread as he hears severe, dreadful creaking sounds from the airship as it battles through severe gusts of wind and bad weather buckling in the wind gusts. Lord Thompson stares out of a window on the R101 airship with slight worry and apprehension as the airship buckles in stubborn winds and bad weather, losing altitude at some points. The R101 flight captain, Flight Lieutenant Carmichael Irwin, battles together with the crew to regain control of the airship. The following morning, the airship crashed at the edge of a woods near Beauvais in northern France and burst into flames, killing 48 out of the 54 passengers and crew.
The Director of Civil Aviation, Sir Sefton Branker, and the Secretary of State for Air, Lord Thompson, stare in initial shock and horror as flames erupt all around them, before resigning themselves to their grim fate as the airship is consumed in severe flames. A slightly burned and injured aircrew man who manages to escape death stares in quiet disbelief at the burning wreckage of the R101. Meanwhile, some hours later, news of the tragedy of the airship filters across the world and shocks all. Mrs. Irwin, the wife of the airship captain, wakes up in terror after having a nightmare about her husband's flight. Investigators prowl the scene of the crash to inspect the scene and uncover what happened. The family of an airship rigger, Walter Radcliffe, who died in the crash, is told about the tragedy, and his son, who had earlier expressed his uneasiness at his father being on the flight, weeps as he is comforted by his weeping mother. A funeral procession is held for the 48 fatalities of the R101 airship crash, beginning from Westminster Hall and ending at Cardington Hangar on October 11th, 1930. A fatigued investigator sits alone late at night, reviewing crash photos and details of the R101 crash with a perplexed expression. Months later, in a dark candlelit seance room, a medium by the name of Eileen Garrett sits surrounded by investigators and attempts to channel the spirit of the R101, Captain Irwin. The medium channels a spirit claiming to be Captain Irwin, who spoke through her in a man's voice, pointing at blueprints of the airship while giving precise technical details of the crash, which the medium writes down with trembling hands. Years later, the abandoned Cardington airship hangar stands empty at night while ghostly echoes of the R101 airship appears faintly in the darkness overhead as the moon casts an eerie glow on the hangar. Dark, stormy clouds surround the enormous ghostly silhouette of the airship as it drifts silently across the sky above the countryside of Beauvais, where it crashed. It is escorted by an enormous ghostly figure as the ghostly entity escorts the R101 airship to its final destination. The condemned souls trapped on the damned R101 airship belongs to the airship for eternity, serving as its crew till the end of days. Their souls now condemned to journey on the airship on an eternal voyage toward a destination. that even death dare not follow as the airship ferries the damned souls through endless darkness. The R101 airship has now become a vessel for the Forsaken, drifting beyond the reach of salvation. Who knows where it is headed to? Do you?